Let's see if we've got volume here. EPRX. EPRX moving just a little bit. Do we have volume on YouTube? Do we have something there? Acon. All right, good deal. Acon 928. Oh, let's see. GC. Can you explain? Did you see with a 56.9 million float? Moves like a micro. Well, if it's jumping huge this morning, I would say it's because of the spread. There's a dollar spread on that. So one person hits the ask and man, it goes way up. Somebody sells into the bid, down it goes. So you can have these big massive swings in pre-market because of that spread. So it would give the appearance of moving like a micro float, like really spiking crazy. And it's just lack of that spread being so wide. I don't know if that's what you're referring to or not, but you see those big swings in price up, it's because of that spread. All right. Good morning, Traveling Trade Adventures. Good to have you guys along this morning.
TikTok's not paying anymore.
Let's see if we can go live on TikTok. Let's see where we're at here with Acon. Boy, Acon really got up there, didn't it? I did pretty good. Good trade with that one. Now it's coming back down again, so I'm glad we took the out there and did okay. Now we need another one like that. Yeah, we need another one. Let's find another that we can do that with. ACRV is not doing well. Market's not liking the press release. What else do we got? Anybody else playing anything else? Anybody got anything they're working on right now? Kathleen, good morning. Sheila, good morning. Vicky, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. On Traveling Trade Adventures, trading in pre-market, looking for press releases. Good morning, TikTok. Good to have you with us this morning. That's Celine, good morning. Carrie, good morning. We're going to try to find us a new play here. Strategic partnership with RoboPoet to develop cellular version of Zozo. Good morning. What's everybody playing here this morning? Anybody got anything? Anybody playing anything special? Program, key for potential restart position. Program. We made a play on Acon this morning, ACON. They put out a press release at 6 o'clock this morning. Went up pretty good on that press release. Did well. JR is watching RGC, ASPC, and SMX. Jalou, NVTS, in at $10. Carrie, good morning. We've got about 6 minutes. Kristen, good morning. We've got about 6 minutes, and we'll get the 8 o'clock press releases. Hopefully you can stick around for those. EPRX, let's pull that one up again. This is the one that reported positive tissue data on an ongoing Resolve trial. EPRX, let's see where it's at now. It's at 870, 850, really bouncing around pretty hard there. 34 million public float. Stardust, Solutions, Federal Government Relations, class action lawsuit. Really hoping for something to pop up on our microfloat list. Microfloat scanner. Market slow or soft in January? Historically speaking, I don't know. I don't recall, John. So far for January, it's been pretty darn good for penny stocks. We've had quite good success so far this week. But if you're asking, like, historically, is January good or bad, I'd have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head. Air All Media, yes, let's get some profit. EPRX, they put out a press release this morning, and it's starting to move up again a little bit. Let me reread that for you. EPRX Pharmaceutical reports positive tissue health data from an ongoing Resolve trial. Being pretty volatile. It's spiking up, dropping pretty quick, spiking up, dropping pretty quick. Not doing too much. Now, Acon, ACON, that one was a good play this morning, early for the Wolfpack. It's about 9:15 right now. I got in the low sevens, played it up till 9, jumped out. Could have held a little bit longer. It did go up after 9. It spiked up pretty good. And it's trying to climb back up again. And it's all on their financial report. They put out their outlook their totals for 2025 and then their outlook for 2026. So that's what's causing that one to go up. And it's a micro float stock, so that helped a lot. That helped push it up pretty good. All right. Acon, thank you for hitting the subscribe button on Traveling Trade Adventures. I appreciate that. Thank you on TikTok for hitting the follow button. Also, very appreciated. We've been kind of stuck on our follows. Phoebe, good morning. SKYX announces collaboration with NVIDIA. SKYX on its Connect program, cloud and AI ecosystem for its patented Ceiling all-in-one smart home platform and hub. SKYX. SKYX. Let's take a look together. Let's see what it's doing on that press release. This one's hot off the press here. This is less than a minute old. Let's see what it's going to do. So far, it's not doing anything too good. For Evero, good morning. SQ444, good morning. So far, the market's not liking that news. We may have to play that dip. We may have to just play that dip. What do you think? We dipped down to 243. Bids down 247, 252. Boy, the bid is all over the place. All right, let's see what 8 o'clock throws out here. FLYX. FLYX named authorized Starlink aviation dealer, bringing high-speed in-flight connectivity to its fleet and MRO clients. That's on FLYX. ALTS company. GRI announces positive data from a phase 2 clinical trial in idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, strengthening the clinical proof of concept for the drug. That's on GRI. I've got a lot of press releases here, but I'm only throwing out the ones that are moving. MLTX announces positive outcome from a Type B meeting with the FDA. MLTX. That has a 35 million public float. GRI has a 2.8 million public float. And that SKYX has a 69 million public float. Fourth quarter. IPSC. Century Therapeutics secures an oversubscribed $135 million private placement financing to support their lead program, a potentially curative therapy for type 1 diabetes. That's on IPSC. All right. So we'll keep an eye on those. Let's see if anything else from 8 o'clock is moving. SKYX still trying. Let's take a look at MLTX. So MLTX still pushing up a little bit on that press release from $11.26. It spiked to $15.90. It's currently sitting around $14.80-ish. So MLTX, nice little scalp there, nice little trade. Anything else moving from 8 o'clock? Nothing on the micro float list. I got SKYX from 259 to 270. Quick little scalp. Rhino scalped it from 252 to 272. Nice. I want to take a look at IPSC. On that oversubscribed private placement financing or institutional investor. And it's an oversubscribed private placement, which means they had more people wanting to be a part of it than what they had shares available or seats at the table. Let's put it that way. ENSC receives a EU patent expanding its first-in-class ADHD therapy with built-in abuse and overdose protection. Interesting. That's on ENSC. Now, let's go back and look at MLTX. We just hit 1544, 1566. MLTX moving real nice on that press release. Moving good for a 35 million public float. $11.19. to 1586. I hope you guys got that one. Let's see. Look at her go. Look at her go on that press release. 1673. Do we have 20 incoming? I hope so. Rick's holding for 20. Rick says he's holding for 20. GRI sitting at 31 cents. Not moving much. Let's take a look at IPSC on that oversubscribed private placement. Just moved up again. It's up 12.5%, 13% now. MLTX almost hit 17. 20 is not too far away. How about GRI coming down? Where's all of our 8 o'clock stuff? GRI. These aren't moving real, but I want to give them to you. RVPH announces publication on clinical vocal biomarker data in a phase 3 clinical trial to treat negative symptoms in schizophrenia. It's on RVPH. ACHR, Archer to build next wave of aviation AI technology using NVIDIA IGX Thor. Over 17 on MLTX. Manuel, good morning. Got quite a few of them just inching up very, very slowly. MLTX was about the only one that really took off nice on the press release. The rest of them are just kind of inching up and down slowly. Maybe over the length of the morning here, they might eventually start climbing pretty generously. Wakey, wakey, Trays and Maggie. SKYX. don't know if you guys are watching that one or not. That's the one that said they announced a collaboration with NVIDIA on in their Connect program. It's trying to curl itself up. CGTL, Creative Global, inching up slowly. Now let's take a look at FLYX. FLYX just spiked up a little bit. That's the one that had the name, the authorized Starlink dealer, aviation dealer. Authorized Starlink aviation dealer. FLYX. It's not doing anything real dramatic yet. It's kind of a slow starter here, but it's starting to move on that press release. We might get a couple of these up in the 40, 50, 80% range. I don't see any of them going to 100 yet. Not on the kind of volume that they're seeing. Yeah, FLYX pushing up on that press release. Wasn't sure how the market would respond to them being authorized Starlink dealer for aviation. Starlink could be a hot topic here soon if they go public. Market's responding to it pretty good so far. Not going to make you rich, but it definitely is a nice little quick day trade. MLTX at 1520. That Starlink news was a slow starter. It took the market a little bit of time to decide they wanted to be in on that. Took a little bit. Yes, that's the one, Rye, with the oversubscribed $135 million private placement. FTFT signs framework agreement to acquire Transgen SC Tech Limited, expanding into the biomedical R&D sector. FTFT. There's no volume. It's got 7,000 shares traded on it so far this morning, so there's really no volume in there. Terry, FLYX, $3.87 to $4.87. See, told you, good little trade there. Scalping $1 a share off of that. You can't beat that. That's pretty good. JR 357 to $5. Nice trade. ISPC just popped up to 163. FLYX, Stephen, they said they had become a authorized Starlink dealer for aviation. On the surface, that wouldn't strike you as being huge news. But the market is sure responding to it. It's up 73% on that press release. And I'm glad you guys were here with us. Right, 149 to 160. Didn't trust it with the offering news. See, I haven't gotten the offering news yet on that one. I got the private placement news. And that's it. Wonder how high this thing will go. Let's take a look at on the 6-month chart on FLYX. Now this spiked back on September 17th of this last year. It spiked to $6.90. If we go back far enough, back to the early, like March of this last year, it spiked up to $20. We might pull 100% out of this thing. It's up 87% on that press release. Well, that's a much better way to trade. Love press releases. Warrants at 115. Gotcha. Thank you, Rye. Appreciate that. $100%. Kaboom. How many's banking? How many are you banking on that stock? How beautiful is that? Kaboom is right. Holy smokes. We went over 100%. How nice. Boy, this is 4 days in a row. Wolfpack has caught some really nice press releases. You guys should be with us every morning. every morning. Look at Terry. Terry got it from $3.87 to $6.40. What a beautiful trade. Terry, that is awesome. Good job. That's a good trade. Any of our TikTok friends take that, or how about some of our traveling trade adventures friends? You guys get some of that? Florida Hushboo, good morning. All right, now let's go back and look at IPSC. Look at that boom. $1.27 to $1.90 on that press release. Wow. Now the pullback. After that big, huge spike. Goody good. Good morning. Fun. All right. TikTok. That was great. I hope a bunch of you were paying attention and got some of that stock on FLYX. And a couple of these others ran up pretty nice too. IPSC did pretty good. Acon did good this morning, but we weren't on TikTok at the time. But we had some pretty good runners here. Pretty exciting. We're heading over to YouTube. Come over and join us on Traveling Trade Adventures. Traveling Trade Adventures. Look that up on YouTube and join us on the live stream for the 8:30 press releases. 8:30. It's 8:25. You got 5 minutes to get over there to get to 8:30 stuff. You guys have a beautiful day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless. Made zero.
TikTok's not paying anymore.
Made zero. Made zero. Oh well. Oh well. Oh, let's see what FLYX is going to do. Gave him 100% runner, and I got zero. Rye, you are absolutely correct. Use them and abuse them and get out. I preach that all the time. Do not stay in these things too long. They're penny stocks. That's what penny stocks are known for. Jumping up on really great news and then falling apart. Not every single one does that. There are exceptions. There are exceptions. But a vast majority, if we're talking about the odds here, vast majority will get a really nice pump on the news, run up 30, 40, 50, 60, maybe 100%, and then they fall back down again. So you can't hold on to them forever. Get in, lock in some profit on it, and get out, and move on to the next one. That's what they're there for. Nobody invests long term in a penny stock. You invest long term in a Google, Amazon, Microsoft, those kind of stocks. Those are long term investments. A 35-cent stock is not a long term investment. There are exceptions. Sometimes we'll get a $2 stock or a $1.50 stock that over a period of 6 months, 8 months runs up to $12, $13, $14, $15. It happens. Absolutely, it happens. But it's such a rare occasion. It doesn't happen often. And we can't set our strategy up for everything that we trade. We can't base that strategy on an extremely small percentage of stocks that do that. Your strategy has to be based on pennies overall. What do they do overall? Not just the exception, but overall, what do they do? They go up, they come down. So you base your trading that way. Unless it's NAC. Looks like FLYX is trying again. Thanks, guys, for hitting the subscribe button on Traveling Trade Adventures. I do appreciate it a lot. Thank you. We're trying to get it up to 1,000. Trying to get those subscribers up to 1,000. UAVS pushing up. Ag Eagle Aerial. UAVS. It's had a nice, slow, steady climb here since 7 o'clock this morning. It was down around $1.22 this morning, and it's up to $1.36 now. All right, here's 830. Let's see what 830's got in store for us. TIVC announces special webcast to discuss its recent acquisition of CDMO assets. TIVC. Direct, DRCT, announces a reverse stock split. Just in case you're in that. 55-for-1 reverse stock split. ARDX announces their 2025 revenue and provides a 2026 strategic outlook. ALXO advances separate clinical trials evaluating investigational drugs. ACAN, AKAN, announces a reverse stock split. One for $5. Now they're listed as a micro float. ACAN, AKAN. They've got a 656,000 public float. They're about to multiply that by 5, so it's not going to be a micro float anymore. but their price is low, so they've got to do something to get it up over $1. JR, no, I did not, JR. I did not. I was too busy reading press releases. Didn't get a chance to trade it, unfortunately. I have to sacrifice once in a while, miss out on some good trades. Every once in a while I can take the time to do it, but sometimes I have to sacrifice my trading. RNXT. Wait, we didn't get much at 8:30. TIVC, it's up about 7%. Yes, that is correct, Rye. If you hold through the reverse split, if you have 500 shares, after they do the split, you'll have 100 shares. You'll have 100 shares at a higher price, but you'll only have 100 shares. If you hold through the reverse split. TIVC up 14% now. TIVC is the one that said they were announced a special webcast to discuss its recent acquisition of CDMO assets. FLYX trying to push back up. Looks like it might want to go back up over 100% again. Vuzi, Ultralight Pro Enterprise platform recognized. SS26. Well, Bob, what I meant by that was at the time of the reverse split, you will have 100 shares at a higher price. Once it releases for trading, sure, it can come down in price and usually does. Yeah, that kind of goes without saying. It definitely can come down after the reverse split. But at the time of the split, you're going to have fewer shares at a higher price. And then what happens when it opens, who knows? It could go up, could go down. You know, you just never know. Usually the only time it'll go up after reverse split is if the company puts out a good press release the day of the split. But most of the time, they get run into the dirt after the reverse split. Most of the time. Not all the time. FLYX trying to push up. TIVC trying to push up. Bob says Akon needs to keep falling. You need some new golf clubs. TIVC still trying to push up. It's still trying. Let's see, a new person on the New chief marketing officer. Nothing from 830 moved up except TIVC. And it's not doing great. I mean, it did bump up, but it's not performing well at the moment. FLYX, boom. Look at that. It's up 111%. $113%. Mutter, did you get some of that or did you sell already? Anybody still holding on FLYX? Nope, all out. Okay, we got a few more press releases popping here. Investors conference, change on the board, partners, not seeing anything moving. Not seeing anything moving on the press releases that are popping out right now. So I'm not going to waste your time with a bunch of press releases that aren't even moving unless I see something that looks interesting. Because I've got a bunch of them. Some of these press releases are repeats from yesterday. They're regurgitating press releases. Patricia still holding out for 7. Nice. Getting close. Let us know how you do on that one, Patricia. It's getting close. It's inching its way up there to 7. I may be done after 9 a.m. press releases and wait till after hours. Yeah, I think I may be too. I'm sure I will be. I've got to run down to Lowe's. I love going to Lowe's. Any of you guys love going down to Lowe's? It's like a kid in a candy store for me. I love shopping at Lowe's. Lowe's or Home Depot, gosh, turn me loose with a credit card. I am one happy camper. Tractor Supply too, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Boy, you drop me off at Lowe's, Home Depot with a credit card, and I am just, it made my day. But I've got to go down. I've got a deck that I have to put some stain and sealer on. Yay for me. So I've got to go get some stain. Dunkert, you got to go. I think you're projecting. My door don't swing that way, fella. Just resealed my deck yesterday. Yeah, I got to do that. That time of the year. All right, let's go back and look at MLTX. Let's see what that one's doing. We sure got a nice climb out of that one earlier, and looks like it's trying to push back up a little bit. I'm not sure that I would call that a reversal just yet, but it is trying to push up. JTAI bumping up a little bit. Jet AI, we mentioned that one earlier this morning, I think. Didn't didn't you mention that one? I'm thinking JR mentioned that one earlier this morning. I was thinking you put out a press release. You posted a press release on that one, I think. Not sure. Anyway, it's bumping up a little bit. JTAI. Let's see what else we got. Fiscal CFO change, TRNO, timing fourth quarter, Econ. Man, I want to hit that 7 really bad. I want to see Patricia get that $7. PLRZ Microfloat completes branding process for the PL14 allergy blocker with the brand name Nasarix, Nasarix. Probably pronounced Nasarix. They complete their branding process for PL14 allergy blocker with the brand name Nasarix. That is on PLRZ. They completed all their comprehensive trademark screening and all the things that go into naming a new drug. So, on the surface, not huge news, but it is a microfloat, so you got to pay attention to it. VNRX. Take a look at that one. VNRX announces breakthrough clinical data for NUQ vet cancer test in cats. 91 million public float. So it's a cancer test for cats. And they're announcing breakthrough clinical data. Let's see where the stock is going off that news. It got a quick little spike when the news hit, but right now it's not getting any volume. Could be catastrophic. All the cat puns, here they come. Catastrophic. Air All Media hoping for 7 as well. Universe, I didn't get in until 6:31. That's still a pretty good trade from $6.31 to 7. That's a good day trade. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button, everybody. Appreciate it much. That sounds like the perfect stick to avoid. Where's all the cat puns? They have to be stock related. You gotta keep it in the context of stocks. Got 2 good ones there so far. Did someone get some right meow? I'm not felining good about that stock. You guys are pretty sharp. Vicky, you have a great day. FLYX. Boom. 698. Ted's not pouncing on that stock. Oh, I love the sense of humor, man. Makes it fun. We're moving from WNC to Vero Beach for work. I'm loving the jet ski adventures, by the way. Nice. You should love the Vero Beach area. You're going to love that area. Felining bullish. Playing stocks like a fat cat. How about FLYX? Claw its way to the moon. That's right. We hit 7. Did you guys get picked up? It wicked up to 7. I'm waiting for it to bust over that really big time. Weeble's got 701. OTH Off the Hook Yachts announces a $1 million share buyback plan. We make fun of VNRX, and you watch that thing take off ripping. Everybody's gonna be crazy. Like, oh crap! I wish I'd have gotten into that. This thing, FLYX, is stuck right at 7, man. It is trying so hard to break over 7. A little bit of volume, and it is going to bust over that. Let's just hope we get the volume soon. If it stays up here too long, sellers are going to get tired of waiting, and they're going to start selling into the bid and dropping it. So we need it to bust quickly here, so these sellers don't get too tired of waiting. There's a lot of people waiting right now for that 7 and a break above 7. They're waiting on it to sell. And if it flutters around here too long, they're going to get tired of waiting, and they're going to get nervous, and they're going to start selling. And we don't want that to happen. But we need a bunch of buyers in here right now to push this thing up quickly. Now let's go back and look at JTAI. Remember that one? How many of you went and looked at JTAI? Boom. Talk about booming up. Look at that candle. That's a boom boom candle. That's a nice one. That's a nice jump. Look at VNRX trying to boom up as well. It's clawing its way to the top. All right. Look at VNRX. Boom. Come on. Anybody giving up on that 7 and just saying, the heck with it, I'm going to go ahead and sell. Look at VNRX. Boom. Our kitty stock is going up. Kitty power. Wow, that was a nice little pop up there. Didn't last long. But it popped up. Maybe Roaring Kitty is playing that one. What do you think? You think Roaring Kitty is playing that? I doubt it. IINN outlines a strategic vision and transaction framework for breast cancer liquid biopsy expansion. Boy, look at VNRX now. Good heavens, it's all over the place. Still holding for 20 on MLTX. Will it get there? It's trying. It is curling back up, man. It's gone from what, 14, 15 back to 16. It's climbed up $2 just off of that pullback. Another great day trade there. Bob got VNRX from 34 to 37. Look at that. Nice quick little grab on that one. It might not be done yet. It might pop back up. Who knows? If you missed it the first time around. But I don't see it climbing up real high. I think we're better off with like MLTX, JTAI, FLYX. You see what I mean about the sell-off on FLYX? It hung around too long up there. And people got... Retail traders don't have any patience. And they get nervous real easy. And they're really apt to sell off really quick. Out of just being nervous, it's going to tank. So when it gets up to a price point like that, a psychological price point of like $7, if it floats around there too long, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of people waiting on 7. I want 7. I want 7. I want 7. Or they're waiting for that break above 7 to sell at 705, 706. And if it doesn't quite get there and it just floats up and down, and it can't quite get over that, they get tired of holding. They get impatient and they say, to hell with it. I'll just take 698. I was going to take 7. but 698 is good too. So they start selling at 698 or 697, 690, and then the price starts dropping. And then what happens? People really get the fear of it tanking, so then you get panic selling. People just taking off selling that originally wanted to wait till 7, but now that it's dropping, they're panic selling. So when it gets up that high like that, it needs to break through. Once it starts touching 7, 698, 7, 698, 699, 697, and it's floating around up there, it has to break through quickly or you get the sell-off. It's all psychological on the part of retail traders. That's just how they think. And that's not technical analysis. That's psychology. That's just plain old psychology. UAVS, Ag Eagle Aerial, trying to curl back up. That one's been climbing since 7 o'clock this morning. It's been doing pretty good. Let's go back and look at Acon. Now, Acon was our moneymaker from earlier this morning, and it's dropping down. Let's look at JTAI. JTAI is going to bust over that $1. It's about to break $1. Another great little day trade right there. All right, we've got a few more press releases popping here at 9 o'clock. ATRO announces preliminary unaudited revenue for fourth quarter of 2025 and initiates revenue guidance for 2026. 33 million public float. Change programs have last weight loss, Royal Air Force, Commander Constant Transfer Reflection. Green Power Motor Company chooses New Mexico for the advanced EV manufacturing facility. Good. Keeping it in the U.S. I'd like to see that. VOYG awarded NASA Hunch contract. So VOYG with a new contract from NASA. Class action lawsuit. Class action lawsuit. Class action lawsuit. Class action lawsuit. A lot of class action lawsuits popped up here at 9 o'clock. A bunch. The only ones that had any relevance to them, any hopes, VOYG with their NASA contract, ELVN, it's a $16 stock. It says they report positive initial phase 1 data and outlines 2026 clinical milestones. Yeah, I would say that's more on the fluffy side than anything else. Investors event. NVVE regains compliance with NASDAQ's minimum bid price requirement. NVVE. So let's take a look at it. Listed as a microfloat. Now that's old news, if I'm not mistaken. That is old news. But they regurgitated it at 9 o'clock. Now, Icon is coming on. ICON. EL. Looks like it's also coming off of a reverse split. Let's see where we're at here with JTAI, holding up pretty good. So we've got FTEL, FTEL, and Icon, ICON, both coming off reverse splits today. Your platform may not allow you to buy those or sell them for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours coming into the day. They kind of lock those up after the reverse split. Not every platform, but some do. They have to update all their information on the ticker. And sometimes they'll lock them up for an hour or two. I've had E-Trade lock it up for an entire day. Couldn't even trade it till the next day. So if you try to buy some of those and you can't, that's why. Or it might say you go to sell, you go to buy some, and it'll say something along the lines of it's only available to sell, not to buy, or something like that. PRZO. PRZO, Defend Air proves 100% effective in live field demonstrations against the FPV Kamikaze and DJI Flycart smuggling drones. Based on what I know about that company, I'd say that's kind of fluffy news. They put out that type of news all the time. CGTL just popped. But with regards to PRZO, it does have a 14 million public float. Not a bad float. It's not horrible. So it might get a little bit of movement, but I wouldn't count on that one being one of those big monster movers today. Out. Acon short 840 to 760. Good job, Bob. $1,500 before 9 a.m. God help me, I do love this game. We're right there with you, Bob. I am so blessed to have discovered online trading many, many years ago. PRZO on the drone thing, it is moving up. It's moved up a couple of percent, not much, a couple of percent. about 3%, which is not anything huge, but just FYI, it is getting a little bit of movement, not much. We'll see if anything pops at 9:15, and then we'll say goodbye on YouTube. Thank you guys for hitting the subscribe button. I really, really, really do appreciate that. And watching the videos, putting a little watch time on those videos. I appreciate it. And not on the shorts, just on the long form videos, anything over a minute. Where are we at with NVVE? Let me look at that one again. NVVE it's on our micro float list, and it is pushing up a little bit on that news about regaining compliance. I don't see any news on that one, Jeremy. Just happened to notice that it was going up. JTAI. Triple top. Boom, boom, boom. What do we think? Is it going to break on that triple top there? Right across there. I drew that line on there. Let's see if it breaks up above that. Yeah, I wish I'd have discovered online trading long before I did. I wish I'd have. And it was around. It's been around since the early 90s. Mid 90s. And I just didn't know anything about it. Now, let's go back and look at NVVE. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Somebody tell me you got NVVE. We called that one out on that regaining compliance. Told you it was a micro float. Look at that spike. Holy cow. Wow. Told you, micro floats, you have to pay attention to them. It's a micro float. You have to pay attention to those things. When they go quick and out of nowhere. My heavens. Wow. Mag Dude got it. Will it bust up over 5. Could it break over 5? My gosh. Be nice if it did. JTAI tanking. She's a coming down. Didn't break that triple top, did it? Did not do it. Not gonna do it. NVVE. Is it getting ready to pop again or draw all the way back down to 430? Oh my goodness. It's warming up down here in Central Florida. It's getting close to time to take the RV out. It's starting to warm up a little bit. Getting close. I got to tell you, I really enjoy trading in the RV with my little portable setup. It's kind of fun, actually. It feels kind of cool to be out of the house, off in a remote area on the computer trading stocks and making money in the camper. It's pretty neat. It's an unusual vibe that it gives. It's pretty cool. And it helps pay for the campground. Pays for the campground, pays for the gas. Hollywood, I'm taking the jet ski out on Saturday. I'm going to take it out Saturday morning. Put it in water, run it in circles for 10 minutes or so, just to make sure everything's working okay before I take off out into the Gulf. I want to stay close to the boat ramp just in case. PAPL. Pineapple Financial popping up here. What's going on there? PAPL. VNRX secures $2 million in funding. NVVE 434 to 460. Good job. Need some one-on-one teaching. I'm losing out on these amazing trades. I can't figure out why I can't get in soon enough. I'll learn to get out. You need a snapper with a G-string on the back. Oh, did you trailer the jet ski behind the Bob? No, I don't. I could, I suppose, but I don't. But I could if I ever wanted to do that. PAPL trying to push up a little bit. NVVE pushing back up. The jet ski repair was $200. They didn't do anything to it other than take the protective plate off the bottom, reach up into the engine area and on the drive shaft and unwrap the rope and then put the plate back on, screw it back in. That's all they did. and it was $200. But their labor rate is like 160 bucks an hour or something. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. You want to make a lot of money, fix wave runners, jet skis. Those guys are making a killing. Look at MLTX. Right back up. That thing's been doing beautifully. Yeah, that's the problem with pulling the wave runner behind the RV is when I get to where I got to go, I can't back it into the water. I'm not backing my RV down a boat ramp. I don't know if that's ever been done before or if there's some videos out there of somebody trying that, but there's no way I'm backing that into the water in my RV. Could you imagine that RV sliding down the boat ramp right into the water? Oh my gosh. Talk about heartbreak. Imagine trying to get it out. MLTX really pushing up nicely here. Used your RV to tow your sailboat. Very cool. That would be a popular video if I did a video of my RV sliding down the boat ramp. that would get a lot of views, I bet. It's Florida. It's been done. I'm sure somebody's done it. Yeah, you might get your 20 yet on MLTX. Might need for the market to open for that to happen, but you might get it. But I'm going to take it out Saturday, drive it around a little bit. Take the sandwich out. Let's look at NVVE again. NVVE trying, it's hanging in there. My golly, it is hanging in there. GNLX announces pricing of a $20 million underwritten public offering at $3 a share. Price right now is $290. It's down 14%. NVVE. Trying to push up a little bit. MLTX hanging in there. PAPL. JTAI coming down hard. Icon. UAVS. Barcoding. FLYX coming down. Boy, we're getting press releases right up to right now. They're still popping up. Nothing we can use, though, unfortunately. Nothing with any good news on it. Looks like FLYX could curl back up today at some point. UAVS could potentially run up. JTAI, MLTX, of course, NVVE, Pineapple Financial, PAPL. A lot of potential good moves on some of these. Some nice ones. Not been a bad 4 days here coming into the new year. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today have been pretty good for press releases. Acon, yeah, definitely Acon as well. A lot of things to watch if you want to trade through the early morning here. But I think I'm going to be done. As soon as pre-market is over with, I'm done for the day. Now I'll be back at 4 o'clock on Zoom. Anybody wants to join us on Zoom, you're more than welcome to. I'll be on at 4. All you have to do is go to our website. There's a link. wolfpackcommunity.com. That's our official website for the Wolfpack, which is where we do all of our live streaming. And subscribe to live Zoom trading, and then you can join us every morning. We won't be on every single morning on TikTok or YouTube, but we will be on Zoom every single morning and afternoon. If you like to do after hours trading on press releases, we'll be live on Zoom every day, except Fridays. I don't do after hours on Fridays. That's my day off. So let's go back and look at FLYX one more time. It's trying to curl up here as we come into open. Who's zooming who? No after hours on TikTok. No. FLYX. FLYX trying to push up. Tell you what, we'll do after hours today on Traveling Trade Adventures, YouTube. Where you're at right now, 4 o'clock. So if you'd like to get the 4 o'clock press releases, after hours press releases, come back here to Traveling Trade Adventures right at 4. Or go to the website and join us on Zoom. Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. FLYX trying to push up into the open here. Trying. How about NVVE pulling down into open? MLTX pulling down into open. JTAI pulling down. Icon going sideways. Yeah, what's going to pop at open? What's going to run up at market open? One of these that we've talked about this morning, and we've been watching all morning long. One of them's going to run when the market opens. One of them's going to go up. Several are going to come down, but there is going to be one or two that are going to go up. And it's going to make everybody say, doggone it, I should have got into that in pre-market. It happens all the time. Mutter thinks ACON and NVVE are going to be the ones. Bob thinks ACON is going to run up. It'll be fun to watch. But good luck to everybody this morning. If you're going to stay in the market after the market opens at 9:30, good luck. Play it safe. Be wise with your money. Stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. Please use those stop losses, even if it's just a mental stop loss. If you get into something and it doesn't work out and it's starting to drop below your buy-in, get out. Don't stick around to see how far it'll drop. Use those stop losses. Use those stop losses. ECDA enters into discussions to improve its shareholder equity position. ECDA. It's a micro float. 427,000 public float. ECDA. All right. ONDS is moving up a little bit. Icon trying to move up. Remember that ECDA now. Don't lose sight of that one. The news is not huge, but it's a micro float. You have to pay attention to those. It may not go up. It may come down, but at least pay attention to it. NVVE halted up. Boom. So a lot of good opportunities. I hope you guys do very well with these. VNRX moving back up again as well. ROLR. High Roller plans sports betting expansion and inks a letter of intent with Altenar to power fully managed B2B sportsbook platform. ROLR. 2 million public float. So small float on that one. All right. Well, you guys know what to watch. It's been fun. You guys have a great day. I'll see you at 4 o'clock right here on YouTube, Traveling Trade Adventures at 4 o'clock, and on Zoom as always. All right? You guys have a great day. God bless. Be safe. Keep them green. Keep those positions green.